Okay, I'm working on the steering now, and I built a spindle for this. And the problem that I'm coming across here is that when I take my tie rod and I stuck it on here, when I turn one direction, if you look up here, it seems to work all right. I seem to have enough clearance, but when I start going back, the bar starts to collide with the arm here, and then it starts to bind right here. So I'm not too sure if I should. Well, I was thinking about maybe bending the spindle up to make it so that doesn't do that. But what I think I'll do is I'll take this off and then take the bar up to about this part right here, and I'll probably bend that up. So that way it'll lift the bar up more, so that way I don't get that kind of collision up there, and then I start getting binding down here. If I keep going, I'm going to bend my 5/16 tie rod connector right here. So I think I'm going to do that. And yeah, so it's a problem that I've got right now. So I won't be able to keep turning. I'll be able to keep going without binding it, and I don't want to bend any of this crap up. I don't want to bend the tie rod. I'd much rather bend this bar here. So that's what I'm going to do on this. So the tie rods are going to be connected right in the middle here, and then the steering shaft's going to be up, and it's going to go back and forth in between these two, in between the arches here. Right now I'm getting too much binding in it. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, this is what I did. I tried just putting that one bend in, but it didn't work. So I had to put one bend in about about 2.5 inches, put a bend in it, and then from that point I went up another 2 inches, or 2 inches, so this is 2.5, and that's 2 inches, and then I put a bend here at 2.5, and then went up 2, and then bent it again. Now when I go to put it on, now I have no collision. So now I'll have to do that. Now I'll do that to the other tie rod over on the other side. Yep. Yep. Huh. Just a little step. There we go. Well, alright, I got the spindles and everything done today. And I did figure out how to bend the rod, so I had to make 2 bends in it, like I showed you earlier on. But this seat right here is the one that I decided to put on there. It's just it's a fishing seat that goes in a boat. So that's what it is, and it's pretty decent. It cost about $35, something like that, to get, and I built a frame on it, like you've seen in the other videos. I'm going to show you something here. I was thinking, now this is before I even got the seat. I was thinking about putting in a piece of angle iron right here and coming down and connecting it, you know, and putting that in the plans and everything. But since I got this seat, I think what I'll do is I'll just use a smaller piece and stick it in like that, and then weld that in. I wasn't really too sure. And this seat, I mean, it's really comfortable, and I'm glad I got it. I know it looks dorky as hell, but man, I tell you what, it's nice. But so what I think I'm gonna do, depending upon what type of seat you guys are gonna want to do, if you're gonna want to build your own seat for it or whatever, then you can take a piece of angle iron, you know, put a nice steep angle into it, or a nice, you know, long angle into it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put smaller pieces in here just to reinforce this little neck right there. So these pieces that's going to reinforce this, I will leave that out of the plans. So it'll dictate what type of seat you want to put on there, you know, on this. So man, I can't wait. I can't wait to get this thing going, because I took this out into the street earlier on. Just tied the two tie rod ends in front together with a piece of, you know, with a zip tie. And I took it out and started running down the street with it. And it was fun, man. This thing is gonna, man, geez, this thing's gonna be a real fun little thing too. But yeah, so I'm just gonna leave this support, whatever support that you're gonna want to do right here. I'm just gonna use a simple piece of angle iron. I'm not gonna deal with cutting a whole chunk like this and welding it in, you know, a whole 1x1 and a .095. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to take a real simple piece of angle iron. And a lot of people tend to underestimate angle iron. Stuff's pretty tough, you know, so don't be afraid to use it. Yeah, so then I'll be able to do the next one on the other side too. So, but that's not going to be till maybe tomorrow. Also tomorrow I'm going to work on the steering. The shaft is going to come up. It's going to come up at about 60 degrees. So, yeah, this is going to be a fun machine, man. I tell you what. And yeah, okay. So I'll throw this out, and this will be video number 3. So, okay. See you guys later.